Well, hello there, and good glorious afternoon. That's what time it is here for me. I have returned to Texas from Louisiana. I had a very good springtime holiday, Easter holiday, celebrating birthdays and Easter celebrations and lots of cookies and candies and um, cakes and all that stuff, you know, high carb diet foods, um, all those wonderful things that we kind of do when we're misbehaving, okay? A little bit of alcohol and soda pop and all those wonderful things that turn out to be not quite so wonderful. So, I wanted to take some time out to help us resolve some of the issues that we may have created from overindulgence of particularly too much sugar. Now, in my family particularly, we have to pay attention to what we're doing with our diets. And I am a natural diet and lifestyle counselor. So I try to help my family members as much as I can with some suggestions that they could follow easily to switch up on the diet and keep their body in a healthier state. So that's kind of what I'm doing today with making some suggestions for, I'm calling this sugar detox, okay? The glorious way. My diet and lifestyle counseling certification is under Ayurveda. Now, in Ayurveda, we focus on balance, and everything in our life needs to have a healthy balance, okay? If you eat too much sugar, then you're going to create episodes of things that high sugar content will do. And one of the main things is diabetes mellitus type 2, or in a more gentler way, just maybe fatigue, sluggishness, even nausea, a lot of times constipation. Okay, and so these things will be some of the first subtle signs that we need to kind of change our diet, okay, and get back to some things. So right away, one of the few things that I can tell you, because I said in Ayurveda we use balance, okay? So in order to balance sweet, we're going to look at the opposite guna, which would be bitter. So bitter is going to balance sweet. Okay, where can you find some bitter? In natural food sources. Broccoli is at the top of the list. Kale is at the top of the list. Okay, your bitter greens, your collard greens, your mustard greens, your turnip greens. Those are things that you can implement into your life, okay, after you've had some a lot of indulgence with the sugar, and especially after a situation like Easter or Valentine's, when sugar is like one of the most prevalent things. You know, we used to dye Easter eggs, boil the eggs and dye them with colorful, and nowadays I didn't see a boiled egg in the house. Okay, none of the houses that I went to. Didn't see a boiled egg, didn't see a colored egg. The colored eggs are all plastic and filled with chocolate candy or fruit flavored candy. Candy. Even a lot of my family members are using or choosing to use gummy vitamin supplements. And I remind them that how do you make a gummy bear? How do you make a jelly candy? How do you make, you're going to put so much sugar into that thing. It, I'm not sure how much absorption you're going to get for the benefit of the body, okay? So anyway, I'll get off of that one. So I was talking about the balance, the food balance: kale, broccoli, okra. Citrus fruits are good, like grapefruit. Okay, there is a little spikely kind of vegetable that you can find in the Asian food stores, Indian food stores, and places like that. If there are any near you, you go in and ask them, where is your bitter melon? It's going to be in the produce section. It's a little, and sometimes I think I can find it in places like Fiesta, places that carry international kind of foods. Now, it is exactly what it says it is. It's not a thing that you can drink, or you can remove the seeds, cut it in half, remove the seeds, wash it really, really good, and put like little slices in your, perhaps if you're going to have a kale smoothie or a vegetable smoothie, a green smoothie, and you want to get a little bit more bitterness in there, then you might drop a couple of pieces, very small pieces, because this stuff is bitter. If you don't believe me, bite into a piece of it after you've washed it and removed the seeds. Then you're going to be like, that's bitter. Yeah, so you don't have to go overboard with it, but it is one of the things that you can immediately use as a food source, and you can put it in your shakes, your smoothies. But then again, you're not going to want to add sweetener to sweeten up that smoothie. Okay. One of the things that I like to do is I'll do some celery juicing. And I didn't have celery in the house today or bitter melon, but I will be going out to get some tomorrow. And I will juice a whole stalk of celery, and maybe, like, depending on how big it is, if it's like about 2 to 4 inches, I might wash it and remove all the seeds, and I might put like 1 inch of the 1/2. Okay, and I might actually juice that separately so that I can monitor how much bitterness I'm getting with each glass that I'm drinking during the day. So that is the most natural way to curb that craving, okay? And kind of detox from the sugar. Also, you're going to want to increase your water intake. You want to stay hydrated, because if you went to bed and you had a piece of cake or you had a piece of chocolate, and all of that has set down in your bloodstream like overnight, and you wake up kind of feeling sluggish and kind of feel like a bowl of honey. So you can greet your sweetheart with good morning, honey. And it means more things than one. So anyway, so broccoli, kale, celery, Brussels sprouts, all your greens, okay, are going to have a balancing effect and will be a deliberate, functional part of your sugar detox, okay? And it's going to take you somewhere between 3, 5 to 10 days to actually notice the difference, okay? In your bloodstream, in the way you feel, and if you're staying hydrated, you're getting more water, then you're going to pass a lot of the sugar out through your urine, and you might want to take a laxative. However, I am going to introduce you to some other products that have very, very mild laxative properties that might help with that, because a lot of times when you are having overabundance of sugar intake, then you might have also some constipation. Okay, and it's essential to get this stuff all moving the right way, okay, to get it out of your body. So there's a few things that you can do also with your vitamins and your supplements. Alpha lipoic acid is one of them. Generally, it's taken in the morning before you eat, and in the evening after your dinner has digested. So no eating past 6 p.m. and then you'll take your ALA if you're going to take that, and research it, look into it, see if that's going to be favorable for you. And if you have any questions, give me a call, 832-984-3499, and I can help you, because you want to be, although it's a natural, what we call vitamin supplement, you need to be aware of how things are going to affect you in your body if you're already taking other medications, okay? And I can look up what contraindications might be there, or things that you might be concerned about. Ask me before you make the decision and before you consume the product, okay? So if you need some counseling on that, I can help you with that. And I am offering services, I'm offering consultations from now till the end of April. So the 1st of May, it's kind of all over. I'm going to be charging for my counseling services. So get a little bit in, get some knowledge. Okay, so I did make some notes. Okay, we talked about food. Let's go back to food, because in addition to the greens, okay, the greens are going to be very important over the first 3 to 5 days. That's going to be the bulk of what you're going to be consuming if you want to get your blood sugar down and you want to detox from the sugar, okay? And then the next thing you want to do is add some protein. Eggs is like one of my favorites, because it has a high degree of protein and not a lot of fat. However, you do need some fat. You need some good healthy fats. Good healthy fats, or cooking your egg if you're scrambling your egg in some avocado oil, or adding some avocado to your toast, okay? And using ghee, clarified butter, as your spread for your toast. Also nut butters like almond butter, peanut butter, but you want to be careful with these. You want to read the labels. You don't want to buy the ones that have added sugar, okay? And most of the ones are going to have added sugar, so you're going to read your label on your nut butters. Okay, walnuts and chia seeds. Now, walnuts, easy. Eat them out of the bag, eat them out of your hand, you know, get the good stuff, all right? And also with chia seeds can be a little bit more difficult for some people to know, what am I going to do with this? You can add it to your shake to make your shake a little bit thicker. You can add it to some yogurt. However, I'm not advising dairy, okay, with that. However, you can use almond milk, coconut milk. I think there's an oat milk. Oat milk has a tendency to be kind of sweet, but you can add that to a half a cup, like a tablespoonful to a half a cup of almond milk. Let it sit overnight. Stir it up really, really well, and maybe put a little bit of vanilla flavor in it, and that's your morning pudding. Okay, so a chia seed pudding. That's the way I can do it most easily. Okay, let's see. Okay, and other things, fatty fish, your salmon, your sardines, okay, mackerel, um, those. Oh, and exercise. Move that body so that you can get that stuff circulating and get it moving in your body. I always start my day with a cup of warm lemon water. You want to have your water warm when you squeeze the lemon juice into it, um, because hot water will kind of burn up the vitamin C that you want from the lemon, okay, and destroy some of the nutritive value of the lemon juice that you want. Okay. Now, another supplement is maybe fish oil capsules. But you want to read your label on that to check out the DHA and the EPA. Those two things are very important, and you want high numbers, high values on those. I can't go into explaining what the process of that is right now, but fish oil capsules have the DHA and the EPA. Actually, sardines do have, I think, the DHA as well. So, okay. Let's see what else I have here. Apple cider vinegar before you go to bed at night, especially after you've had some cake or candy or a high carb meal, okay? 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water before you go to bed. All right, and you won't feel quite so honeyfied, okay, when you wake up in the morning. Now, here's a couple of products that I do have in my apothecary closet, and this one, let's see if I can help you see it. It's a little bit difficult to pronounce for some of us, but it's Genema. And I buy it in bulk form to put in my capsules, and it's Genema sylvestre. And also it comes in a tea form, okay? And you can probably get, I buy this over Amazon, and I'm using this today, Genema tea, because it's kind of nice and cool today, so I like a warm cup of tea. And then they have the capsules or the pills. Now, in Ayurveda, this is known as the sugar buster, okay? Because it has properties that can actually help to slightly lower the blood pressure, as well as the blood sugar. It eliminates the cravings for sugar, because when you have overindulged, then the first thing you want the next day is more sugar, okay? But this will help to to quench that desire. Okay. Ashwagandha is another one. Ashwagandha works with stress. Ashwagandha is an adaptogen. Look it up. Call me if you want some more information on that one. But that's a good one too, to help cleanse the blood and lower the blood sugar. Okay, so this has turned out to be quite lengthy. I hope it is helpful